We at Red Clover Reader are creating a diverse online digital library, and our mission is to help independent authors reach a wider audience while giving parents better screen time alternatives and developing young readers.
So hi, my name is Daisy Copelin. I am an early childhood education teacher, as well as a children's book author and a poet, which is very evident in the children's books that I write because it's just filled with rhyme, which is really, really good for emergent literacy skills as well as phonological awareness. And because I like rhyming and children just like rhymes. So I definitely incorporate it, and that's more of my style when it comes to children's book writing. When it comes to writing officially, I started writing when I was 14 years old, and the first poem that I ever written was entitled "Freedom Was Needed" back in 1850. So I guess it's a little bit evident that I have a little bit of activism within me, and had it when I was 14 years old and didn't even know it or really wasn't fully aware of it. The first book, children's book that I have written is dun, 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 No More Bad Secrets, a kid-to-kid guide on safe body touch. I wrote this book because it is a message that I feel like has to get out there. I believe that when it comes to developing personal body safety and child sexual abuse is more of a taboo topic that is awkward and nobody wants to talk about it because it's uncomfortable. But I feel like just because something is uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that you not talk about it, just because it's not going to cause the problem to go away. And so I felt like children are interested in books. So I felt like if I just take a complicated message and put it within a children's book in an age appropriate way, it would be very helpful and very beneficial. I think the biggest message that I wanted children to actually know was this message right here, that they do have trusted adults in their lives, that if anything was to happen, they would know who to go to, as opposed to actually keeping that a secret. We don't want to talk about it, but the fact of the matter is that it is a problem. You got 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys that are sexually abused by the time they turn 18 years old. And we don't equip or we don't train children what to do if that was to happen. So I just felt like it was a message that is not necessarily popular, but still a message that children need to know. They need to know what to do if they are not within the safety of their parents or caretakers. They need to know what to do. And I believe that this book definitely helps them. One other book that I had written last year was a book called Love in the Skin Color That I'm In. And then I rewrote it, and then I finished it in January. I believe that that book is important because it really just celebrates different skin colors. I think it is important, especially now where we're seeing racism and unhealthy perspectives regarding brown and black people at an all-time high. It is important to teach children at a very, very young age and give them a healthy perspective on skin colors. We may look different outwardly, but inwardly we're still the same. And so that book is filled with rhyme, and I should be releasing it next month. So I'm looking forward to that, really, really excited. And I believe that children are teachable. Children begin developing internalized biases from the ages of 2 to 4. They recognize race when they're about 6 months of age, but from 2 to 4 is when they start developing internalized biases. And I think that it is important for teachers and educators, caretakers, parents to make sure that children are internalizing the right messages regarding brown and black people and people of color in general. So I'm looking forward to that book and its release, and I think it is going to be super, super duper beneficial to children, just being able to embrace all different skin colors in a healthy way. When it comes to self-publishing as well as traditional publishing, I believe that each way is a good way. Each way is an effective way, because when we create books because they are messages that we want to convey, right? And so I believe for me, traditional publishing is the long-term goal because you want greater exposure. But I do believe that if you want to write a book, don't wait for a contract. You have to be willing to work with what you have and be able to start somewhere. There are plenty of best-selling authors that literally started off with self-publishing. So I believe that the important thing to remember is if you have a message that you want to convey, you have to work with what you have. And I think that self-publishing is actually a very, very good option, because if I had just waited on a contract, then I would have never been able to put out a book that is beneficial. So I believe that it is important for you to start somewhere, somehow, some way, because you have a message that you want to convey. And that was a little bit poetic in nature. I think that to sum everything up, I think this has been an amazing journey. I'm looking forward to publishing more books. So I have Loving the Skin Color I'm In, that is coming out in August. And then I'm currently working on a book that really caters to our Black and brown children, to allow them to know that despite the color of their skin, Black and brown is beautiful and they could be whatever they want to be. And to not allow what others think about their skin color in an age-appropriate way. It doesn't matter what other people think about their skin color, but that they would begin to embrace it and see it as unique, different, but also beautiful and amazing. So with that being said, the books are located on my website, www.daisycopelin.com, and I also post a lot of educational based content on teaching children race, and I talk about racism, I talk about personal body safety. A lot of educational based content and topics could be posted on my website. So, and I believe that that sums everything up.